I had this charred combination sourdough focaccia bread from this restaurant called Vern's in Charleston, South Carolina, and I haven't stopped thinking about it since. I always love to try and recreate restaurant caliber recipes, so I thought I'd try my hand at copying this recipe. Follow along, and I hope you enjoy if you decide to make it. Because this is a different type of dough and it's going to be flatter and not scored, I wanted to try my hand at auto-lease first because I wanted the flour to be hydrated so that the dough would get stretchier and easier to shape without overworking it, because I was going to work some of these ingredients into it pretty heavily. So I mixed the flours and the water first, and then I let that set for about 20 minutes. Going back in with the active sourdough starter, and then I mix that in as well. It's going to be kind of sticky, but that's totally fine and normal. This is going to be a higher hydration dough. I'll include the recipe and instructions inside the description. We go in after we let that set for about 20 to 30 minutes with salt and a little bit of olive oil, and then we will go ahead and work that in as well. It's going to turn the dough kind of loose, and you'll see that I'm checking it for that as well. But after you continue to work it, it will come together and become a smoother dough, and then we'll let that set as well. Now, after adding that salt, our bulk fermentation has begun. We are going to go in with our stretch and fold. I'm going to do 4 rounds. I'm going to pause for 30 minutes to let the dough rest in between each of those stretch and fold rounds. After your last round of stretch and folds, you will cover the dough again and just leave it alone to fully bulk ferment for about 4 to 5 hours on the counter before you do an overnight cold proof in the fridge. And we're not going to shape this or put it in any sort of a bowl. We're just going to set it directly into the fridge because we plan to make flatbreads out of it. So we're going to divide the dough in the morning when it's ready for baking. In the morning, when you go to bake your dough, you're going to remove it from the fridge and let it set outside at room temperature for about an hour. You're not trying to fully warm it up. You just want it relaxed enough to divide without tearing it too badly. And then I divided this into 6 because I wanted 6 little flatbreads. I didn't really care if they were even. You'll cover those and just let them set. And then you'll want to press the edges together. And I used some oil here. And then you'll just kind of use the focaccia format and just spray it with a little bit of oil and then press your fingers in it to get it flat. You don't want it pizza dough flat, but you want it flat enough to your preference, I would say. I did this 6 times off camera, but I only did it twice, or only filmed it twice for you to see here to kind of get the gist of how I see this working as I try to attempt and copy the recipe. I'm just making all of this up, so I hope it actually turned out really good. Now for the butter, I just made this up according to what I saw was included in the actual butter they use at the restaurant. But I added some shallots to some butter. I like to use Kerrygold because I just find it to be fancy. You just want to make sure those shallots are brown, not crisp or burnt. And then I added some chives because that was included. I also added some dill as well as some scallions. I added some peppercorn, and then I also added some flaky salt. So I grabbed these out of the oven. You can see that they're a little bit charred. I like them charred, but I wanted to make one that was a little bit lighter because I don't really like burnt stuff. And then I just spread the butter over it, the melted butter over it, and made sure I got all of the chives and the dill and the scallions in there and cut it. And it has its focaccia tendencies and characteristics, but I also wanted it to have a few sourdough bubbles in it as well. So that's kind of what I was going for with the hydration of the dough on this one. It actually ended up being so good. Tasted very similar to the restaurant. I could tweak this a bit, and I probably will as I go to make it better, but hope you enjoy. Thanks so much.